Hello. Welcome to Studio 64. For today, it's another Ferrari episode for you all. The other new tooling release from Tarmac Works, in collaboration with IXO models. The Ferrari 488 GTE, 24 Hours of Le Mans, 2019, car number 83 of Team Kessel Racing. As previously mentioned in my last episode, this model is part of the new tooling sent to me by our friends from Tarmac Works, which I believe would be released by the time of this upload. And while I unwrap the plastic, here are some info on this race car. This Ferrari 488 GTE competed in the 24 Hours of Le Mans back in 2019. It's part of the two-car Kessel Racing team, and had a car number 83, which was driven by an all-female trio. Namely, Manuela Gosner, Rahel Frey, and Michelle Gadding, or, were also known as, the Iron Dames. Though they didn't win the race, they did finish to a respectable 39th overall, and 9th in the LMGTE-AM, or the Le Mans Grand Touring Endurance Amateur. This is quite historic since there wasn't an all-female crew that has crossed the checkered flag since 1977. So we have the standard Tarmac Works packaging cutout sleeve box. Model description below, the model category on top, this being a Hobby 64, Tarmac Works' hobby grade models. And some literature at the back, along with a Ferrari official product sticker. What we have here is a limited edition card certificate. This being number 4248. I wish they placed out of how many as well. Unboxed and on top of its base, this Ferrari has a nice stance as well. Sits pretty low to ground. Wheels are proportioned to the body, just like the other Ferrari 488 we unboxed a few days ago. I would assume these are the same tooling, but I'm actually seeing some differences already. Can you spot them? We'll have a closer look at it later. And here it is. Removed from the base, it's quite identical to our recent review, the 488 GT3, Bathurst 2017. Feels quite solid, but fragile at the same time. If you haven't watched my review on the 488 GT3, I'll leave a link at the end of this video. Base is made of plastic, and it's screwed really tight to the body. Race livery on this model looks great. Graphics are clear and sharp. Colors pop, and has that satin finish to it. However, comparing it to the images I've seen online, the pink stripes is less visible on this model. I guess if the pink was made a tad bit brighter and thicker, it would have been perfect. Nevertheless, still looks great. This being a Hobby 64, I'm expecting the wheels do not roll freely. But the rear wheels does some free rolling. However, it still gets snagged to the body occasionally. And going in for a closer look, we can see that the wheels are very well molded, and highly detailed. It has a gunmetal gray finish, with some orange accents. Center lug is finished in chrome. This Michelin logo on the side wall is clear and sharp. Oh, and compared to the 488 GT3? This rim is actually not the same. Check it out. And speaking of differences, here's another difference I noticed. The front fender on this model doesn't have the vent detail seen on the GT3. We also have here a driver's racing window opening, a side mirror, which I believe is part of the body diecast, and this roof antenna, which is very inconspicuous and fragile, so be careful in handling this model on the roof. The lights are plastic inserts, and looks very authentic Ferrari 488. However, we can see, even from a distance, the huge gaps from the body. It's quite obvious since the lights are big. The front tow hook is more visible in this GTE. Also, it would have been nice if the fog lights were plastic inserts rather than a tampo graphic. It would have made this tooling more distinguishable from the GT3. I'm quite pleased with the attention to detail on the sponsor's branding. Very recognizable. And the Iron Dames logo is money. Checking out the rear end, we basically have the same features as the GT3, such as the rear tow hook, the silver exhaust tips, and of course the color-keyed plastic tail lights. Its blacked out finish gives it a bit more attitude though. And of course the rear wing, with the Iron Dames logo looks awesome. And here's a peek inside this engine window. As you can see, the engine is pretty detailed with components, some of which are painted silver. I'm pretty sure this would be the same engine used in the Bathurst Ferrari. I tried opening this car to view the interior, but the screw in front this time won't budge. Didn't want to risk damaging the car. And there you have it. The Iron Dames Ferrari 488 GTE, 24 Hours of Le Mans 2019, car number 83 of the Kessel racing team. A new tooling released by Tarmac Works and IXO models. 2 new Ferrari toolings from Tarmac Works, just released the other day, and just like the Bathurst Ferrari, I think this model is a keeper. Though it does have its own flaws in the QC department, it does represent a historic race car, being it was driven across the checkered flag in Le Mans by an all-female team. However, had this been just a regular Ferrari 488 street car? I'll probably pass on this one, only because I'm more of the Global 64 collector. Nevertheless, looking forward to other projects Tarmac Works and Ferrari will do next. What do you guys think? As always, leave your comments below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next episode. Till then, happy collecting.